Hi, this is again another short video which is a bit breakdown from my other video, and I have made a bit of an error and also in the piece that I've written here, but you know, I'm sorry about that. I'm dealing with so much information here. I mean, basically I've stated that people with dark colour skin, with either black people or people of brown skin who live in northern climates are at higher risk of viral infections, and I'm referring to the evidence that we have, and as I've shared in here as well, and I'm going to have to try and amend this if it'll let me re-edit it, but I'm referring to brown skinned people, and you know, the fact that in America it's shown that people of colour are getting hit the hardest by coronaviruses. I mean, they're talking about coronavirus or COVID-19, but you know, it's like, and as I've shared here, in Michigan, black Americans comprise 4.1% of the state population, but an ungodly 40% of coronavirus deaths. In Washtenaw County, home to Ann Arbor, 48% of residents hospitalised with the coronavirus are black, though black people make up only 11% of the county. So that's why I've made this specifically for black people. And the error that I made is that I stated that humans need vitamin D3 in order to absorb vitamin C. But actually I got it totally the wrong way around. You need vitamin C in order to absorb vitamin D3. Either way, I'm right that people of dark skin colour especially need to take D3 supplements, which was my main point, and also vitamin C, and also cut down in sugar. Okay, so yeah, I'm still writing in the importance of it and the connection, but I'd actually stated it a bit back to front. But it doesn't really matter, because what I'm explaining here is what the government, this is what your government should have explained to you. Every citizen of colour throughout the world, especially those that are living, every citizen actually, because it also includes white people, you know, because a lot of white people don't get enough sunshine, they're stuck indoors, and especially during this lockdown, people are stuck indoors even more than they ordinarily would be, just at a time when they should be receiving sunlight and getting lots of vitamin D3 naturally, which we get through sunlight. Now the point that I'm making is that in the northern climates we don't get as much sunlight as countries that live along the equator. So you know, the closer to the equator you get, the darker the human population skin is, and the hair is much stronger as well, because it's very hot climate, very sunny, and so their skin is evolved to thrive, and hair and being is evolved to thrive under that level of sunlight. Whereas if white people were subject to the same levels of sunlight, you know, they burn, our skin burns, because we haven't got that same pigmentation protection that the native people who were born to thrive in that climate, they've got natural protection. White people haven't, so we burn in the sun. But the problem is that in the northern climates, people of darker skin are not getting the same levels of vitamin D3, and goodness knows what impact this lockdown is having. And also, we're on a low vitamin C, high sugar diet. So if they're not getting enough vitamin C, so that means they're not going to even be able to absorb much vitamin D3 from even food, even a supplement, because you need vitamin C, okay? But vitamin C is very important for your immune system, and sugar destroys your immune system, and this article explains it. I'll leave you the link to it. But basically, and I've shared it so many times, but that's why I'm making this video specifically now for people of colour, and also rectifying the mistake that I made. Though, you know, it is only a slight error, because either way you need vitamin D3 and vitamin C. So all people of colour living in western climates, northern climates, need to take a vitamin D3 supplement, especially in winter, and along with their vitamin C timed release supplements, and also avoid sugar, okay? And that's why people of colour are going to be hit harder by viruses every winter, because not only have they got severely depleted levels of vitamin D3, because darker skin is designed to absorb vitamin D3 through strong sunlight. You're not getting the sunlight, and you know, white people can absorb enough sunlight even in winter, okay? But for darker skinned people, because that's the way we've evolved to live in this climate, you see, whereas darker skinned people aren't getting enough vitamin D3, and especially not through winter. And so, and then if you're not having your vitamin C as well, which also, if you're not getting enough vitamin C, you're not even going to be able to absorb vitamin D3 adequately. And if you're eating a lot of sugar, well, what happens is then your white blood cell is absorbing the sugar instead of the vitamin C, because that's what this article explains. That the body, instead of absorbing the vitamin C, which is needed for your white blood cell, and then it engulfs the pathogen, and the vitamin C inhibits the pathogen, okay? But if you've been eating sugar, because it's a similar enzyme, or chemical compound, the white cell absorbs the sugar instead of the vitamin C. So when the pathogen gets into the white blood cell, which ordinarily it should be inhibited, instead it gets fed by the sugar, you see. That is what is happening. So any government really should have been advising the public to stop eating sugar, because sugar feeds viruses. Sugar feeds all bacteria. Most bacteria and viruses are fed by sugar. So viruses in particular. So, you know, stop eating sugar, or if you do eat it, know that you're not going to be safe for 4 to 6 hours, okay, because it reduces your body's defences by 75% or more for 4 to 6 hours. Because I was I am alarmed to discover, you know, this was just so alarming to me, to discover that, you know, what's happening to people of colour in America, especially black people, are 81% of deaths as of Friday. 81%. They make up only 6. This is Milwaukee. Black Americans make up to 26% of the county, but nearly half of the infections, and a maddening 81% of deaths of the coronavirus. And really, I could say this could be any coronavirus. People of colour are getting hit hardest, especially black Americans. And the same probably would be for black British people. And I think it does have a lot to do with lack of vitamin D3, which does enhance the body's immunity. It's the D3 that allows you to absorb other vitamins. Okay. But the vitamin C allows you to absorb vitamin D3. So if you've got low vitamin C and a high sugar diet, you're going to be at really bad risk. And who is going to have the least vitamin D3 in their bodies? Obviously, in a northern climate, obviously the people with the darkest skins. And so who's going to end up getting hit hardest every winter by any virus? Obviously the people with the darker skins. And it is down to vitamin D3. And you do need to take vitamin C. So I'm sorry, I got it wrong about, slightly wrong about, vitamin D3 helps you absorb your vitamin C. It's actually the vitamin C helps you absorb vitamin D3. But either way, you need both, right? That's the point that I'm making. Either way, you need both. And you do need to stop eating sugar. You need to lose the addiction to sugar. Or if you are going to eat it, be aware. Be aware. You are going to be open to infection from viruses, especially in winter when they're flowing around. Okay. That is the best thing that you can do for your health. So I just wanted to make that clear because, I had got it kind of back to front in my articles. But I don't think it is damaging, it's not false information, because you do need, the vitamin C and the vitamin D3 are vital and relevant to why more people of colour are suffering more than white people from this virus. So please pass this information on, because it's really important. It is so important. It might seem a very little thing, but vitamin D3, you need it. You probably even need it in summer, but you definitely do need it in winter. And you do need vitamin C supplements, because we're just not getting enough vitamin C in our diets. And we do, as a species, need to absolutely cut right down our consumption of sugar. It is causing so much harm. It's incredible. And what I found out about sugar years ago, I'm not saying I never eat sugar. I do have some sugar now and again, but it's a rare thing. And it's minimal. Okay. So thanks for taking time to listen. I hope it helps people. Please pass this information on, because it's really serious. There's people who, of course, they're out there trying to discredit this, like, oh, of course, sugar doesn't make you ill, and blah, blah, blah. The sugar industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, if not trillion, who knows. But look, people, we need to just get real. Dr. Linus, one of the greatest researchers in the field of microbiology, and this is his research. If you want to accept it, sugar pulled into the cell along with vitamin C, look, you've only got 13 times concentration. Vitamin C pulled in the cell 50 times, that's what you want. A white blood cell able to destroy maximum number of viruses and bacteria. 50 times vitamin C concentration. You eat sugar, instead sugar gets absorbed, and you've only got 13 times vitamin C. And since D3 helps strengthen your immunity anyway, please take note. Please take note. Please pass this information on. And it's of vital importance to white people as well, but in most particular, people of colour. And the darker the colour skin, the more important it is. especially if you're living in the northern hemisphere.